3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this Monday episode of We Talk. I hope you are enjoying the rainy weather as much as I am, and a happy Independence Day to you all. Before we get into the interview and the news for today, today's riddle. What has many branches but no trunk or leaves? Think about that one. We'll be right back.
We have started the construction of phase 1 of Windhoek Hosea Kutako, which included many interchanges, many bridges. We started in 2016, and I'm happy to say that this year we are winding down to completion of this project. Therefore, today we are announcing that as from tomorrow, the 19th of March 2022, we will be opening what we call the east-western lane, which is from east facing west, but of course it tends to north as you are proceeding. And that runs from Mandumbe Demfayo interchange where we are today, and then it runs through what we for now we call Hobabis interchange, and then it goes all the way up to Aus and then up to Robert Mugabe interchange. What is going to happen is that now the dual carriage will operate fully now, meaning the traffic from east will be using the other carriage, and then the traffic from the north or from the west will be using this. So fully now the road user will use the whole dual carriage all the way up to Robert Mugabe. In fact, it goes beyond Robert Mugabe. It's just that we are busy now with phase 2, what we call phase 2A of Windhoek Hosea, also phase 2B, which is the final link to the airport. So we are happy that I think the road users will definitely enjoy the ride on this dual carriage fully. Thank you.
Experts agree that although notable improvements have taken place since independence to uplift Namibians, poverty remains a widespread and worsening crisis. Poverty, malnutrition, and all those things have become a crisis, and we need to intervene right now. We can't wait for 5 years or how long it takes to make the economic structural changes to ensure employment, Renani Musetua of the Basic Income Grant Coalition said. Herbert Juach, a Labour researcher at the Economic and Social Justice Trust, explained that historical comparisons of the extent of poverty now compared to 32 years ago is difficult due to the lack of data and different ways poverty is measured. However, Juach said a 1991 World Bank report found that poverty was extremely widespread in the country at the time, especially in rural areas. A flurry of changes to discriminating laws and the introduction of workers' rights, public education and health services, social grants and more certainly contributed to a reduction of poverty. Belinda Mukumelu sits in front of a brand new corrugated iron home in the informal settlements of Babylon while washing her dishes. She says she can't move into her new house with dirty dishes. In 2004, she and her husband built a house from corrugated iron sheets and cans that were cut, flattened, and welded together. Since then, the corrugated iron sheets have rusted through and the wooden poles warped. Helia Nambinga, Community Development Officer for Hope Initiative Southern Africa, HISA, heard about the family's plight and decided to help them. HISA mainly works with orphans and vulnerable children in the informal settlements in the Tobias Hanyeku constituency. Under the FXB Village program, we are able to help them. The program's manager, Anthony Fury, explained that it is a holistic program that works with 100 families in the informal settlements of Kilimanjaro and Babylon. We give family access to training and health, we help with basic housing and give them economic empowerment. Our main goal is to lift the families out of poverty within 4 years. They have to be self-sufficient.
My name is Vanessa March from Edugate Academy, grade 11. As I stand on the beautiful soil of our country, Namibia, and look around me noticing what other countries have to face, I am proud to call myself Namibian. I would like the Namibian government to set some goals for the future. Number 1, education. I feel like very few children receive the amount of education that they need to. Our young generations are the leaders of our future. If we want strong leaders, powerful leaders that carries the heart of Namibia, we will need to make education a very important priority. Number 2, Christianity. Nothing is possible without the presence of our Lord. If we allow Him into our lives, we can take hands as one nation and set an example to many others. Thank you.
My name is Samira Diergaard, and as a proudly born Namibian citizen, Independence Day is more than just a public holiday without understanding. To me, it means I am part of a democratic nation built on peace, stability, and equality, where the Constitution protects my human rights. I have the right to live, the right to education, freedom of choice, freedom of association, and freedom of speech. Within the next few years, I think that it is important for the government to invest more in the agricultural sector, to improve the manufacture of self-produce by Namibia and stop import. We are too dependent on importing goods that during lockdown everyone was filled with the fear of closed borders, and with Ukraine being our wheat supplier now during their war, everyone is filled with this uncertainty due to the fear of bread prices maybe rising, and this all could have been avoided if Namibia just focused on manufacturing our own necessities. Thank you.
My name is Alana Salia. I am from Edugate Academy, and what independence means to me is that it gave Namibian citizens a chance to unite and grow together as a nation. My vision for Namibia's future is to become independent from South African currency. Thank you.
I am Janka Steyn from Edugate Academy, and I am proud to call Namibia my home and grateful for our independence. Namibia is home to the world's most stunning terrain. It ranges from veld to oceans to deserts. You become captivated by the beauty of the world around you. Not to mention our stunning people, the love between our people, the manner in which every culture is welcomed, needed, and valued. That's the most wonderful thing of it all. Why would you not want to be called a Namibian? The name Namibia instantly gives me a feeling of safety and warmth. Poverty is a major issue in Namibia. And I do believe that we, as a community, as Namibians, should make an effort to address this issue and strive to reduce it with even the slightest bit, because it's true. A little goes a long way. And nobody deserves the standard of living that certain Namibians experience.
Hi, my name is Anya Keppel, and I just want to say that I feel very proud and happy of our Namibian Independence Day. I feel proud of our ancestors who have fought very hard to achieve this independence, which our country really did deserve. And I feel happy because it is a good reason to celebrate and to come together. It also reminds people to be proud of their race and who they truly are. In the next couple of years, I would like our country to achieve more care. I'd like people to care much more for each other, especially those who live in great poverty and crime. And I also would like people to care much more of our animals in this country. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Marcus Maton. I'm from Edugate Academy. Independence Day reminds us of the importance of freedom and the sacrifices that had to be made in order to achieve it. It brings us together as a nation to celebrate peace and the right to govern ourselves. I would like our country to focus on decreasing crime rates and lessening the overall debt that we have within the foreseeable future. I also think that it's very important that we keep our natural environment as clean and safe as possible.
Good day, I'm Renee van Skalkwyk from Edugate Academy, and today I'm talking about our Independence Day. As a Namibian citizen, I am very proud to announce the fact that we have a public holiday to set as a reminder of how our past generations had to suffer and even make sacrifices to make our country free for us. I also love the idea of how Namibia comes together and we enjoy a cultural unity even though we are a diverse nation. My biggest wish for Namibia is that even though our education have increased since we've become independent, I still hope and pray that our education will become even better than it already is.
Hi there, my name is Rana Binge and I'm from Edugate Academy. I feel that Independence Day is a day of remembrance. It doesn't just relish freedom, but remembers its sacrifices too. Many have passed away for this freedom, and we are fortunate. We only have to preserve it. Let us pay respect to the heroes who have sacrificed their lives for our freedom. Also, in the next couple of years, I would like our country to create job opportunities for the homeless and gradually decrease the poverty rate.
Hi, I'm Paula Swart from Edugate Academy, and as a Namibian, I'm proud to be living in this independent country. Being independent brings us so much opportunity to grow as a nation. Together we can strive to create a better future, not only for ourselves, but for the generations that will follow us as well. Amongst other things, I believe that by improving the conditions of our government healthcare facilities, as well as reducing the amount of littering and wasteful plastic usage, this country will surely secure a bright future.
Good evening to any listeners or viewers. I, Leonie Jean Bay, a grade 11 student from Edugate Academy in Otjiwarongo, am a proud Namibian citizen. With that said, I would like to take the time to explain exactly how I feel about Namibia's independence and what I hope our country achieves in the near future. I don't speak for myself when I say that Namibian independence is a prime motivator for self-determination reflected in the bravery of our early colonists and ancestors. Celebrating independence in Namibia makes me think about our motherland and what she has gone through in the past. It makes me proud of how far our country has come since independence. I feel humble yet honored to be a part of this country. As we celebrate Namibia's achievements, opportunities, and potential, we must also honestly address the realities and challenges that confront the country. We cannot turn a blind eye to corruption and poverty. I hope we as Namibians can stand together and aim to create a fair society where no citizen need suffer in sickness because he cannot pay for treatment. In my opinion, no child should go without education merely because his family is poor. It will be the government's intention to do away with the terrible poverty of so many of our people. I truly have hope for our beautiful land of the brave and its people.
Good day. My name is Kapu Kuhanga from Edugate. I would just like to state that on Independence Day we celebrate the freedom that we have as a nation and the rights we have as its people. It is a time to remember those who had paid the price for freedom. and be thankful for their sacrifice. Increase in better living conditions and better knowledge education to the new generation about independence would be my biggest foreseeable future aim. One could also say that decreasing our nation's crime rates would be beneficial in terms of freedom to our nation.
Choose your Flex package with Paratus today. Sign up for ultra-fast fiber with the convenience of mobile LTE. That's 2 products in one bundle. It's new, it's one bill, and you can stay connected in more than one location.
For more information, visit paratus.africa/NA.
For today's recommendation, I recommend you check out the ACD clip we're about to show you. We have made amazing strides, and this is something very close to NMH's heart. Let's check it out.
Over 50,000 hours in development time to make this happen. We traveled more than 1.2 million kilometers in this time to make sure that we reach every corner of this country on a daily basis. We reached over 900 schools, over 500 ECDs, which for the record is about 60% of all the childhood development children. But yet there are still 2,000 ECDs we haven't reached, the smaller ones. It's a real challenge to get to everybody. We spent and designed, Teacher Mutse was earlier here, she's been the voice of SOSI. We've made over 18,000 minutes of online training. Yes, we do recognize and we do acknowledge that the future is online. But far too often, funders, individuals, people live for tomorrow and forget about today. The reality on the ground is that reach online does not reach 5% of the children. So 95% of our children are dedicated and required to reach through print. The irony is print is still the best way to learn. The concept of motion and pen and paper is extremely powerful and extremely important. We have spent a lot of time on the academic side of this education, and the project is where it is. But we have to be fair. Education is a lot more than just going to school. It requires us to have an holistic approach on education, the social, emotional, cognitive, and physical needs. And that's why NMH, Namibia Media Holdings, have realized that this project, and trust me, we've done a lot, requires more input. It requires bigger input. It requires more people to be involved. This project is too big for NMH. And yes, we have traveled 1.2 million. And yes, we have printed 12 million books. And yes, we do reach 360,000 children every day.
As the patron of Africa Child Development Trust and the minister responsible for education in the Republic of Namibia, it is my honor and privilege to officially launch the trust. And may I invite the trustee to join me on the stage so that I declare this trust launch. I thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Honourable Deputy Minister Christina. That was an inspirational speech indeed, and here is the reveal.
A distinct honor to declare this trust tonight launched. Thank you.
Hi everyone and welcome back to Flex Minutes. I'm Jeanette Diergaard, and now today, if you want to get rid of those, if you want a thigh gap and you want to get rid of those fat between your inner thighs, then don't worry, I got your back. So what we're going to do is that we're going to do some inner thigh workouts. Now if you didn't know sumo squats, it's a perfect way to work on your thigh muscles. So that's why it's great to just point out your toes and to go down, and you can work those inner thigh muscles and get it all worked. And obviously you're also working on those glutes, so well done to you. And then what we can also do is some clamshells. Now I know that sounds a bit fishy and oceany, but what you can do here is what you want to do: lift up that leg, lift up your hip on the side, and do some clamshells. So there you're working on your abductors, you're working on your inner thighs, and you're also getting an oblique stretch, an oblique workout out of that. But guys, that brings me to the end of today's Flex Minute. I hope I will see you all next time again.
Well, that almost brings us to the end of our show. That riddle just before I say goodbye. What has many branches but no trunk or leaves? A bank. I hope you have a fantastic public holiday for the rest of the day. I will be back again tomorrow. Same place, same time. Goodbye.